Welcome to the Kiss Army Things podcast. This is episode 42. My name is Xander.
My name is Daphne.
Welcome everybody to the first episode of 2023. We're so glad everybody is joining us. Today I am joined by my wife Daphne. Today we are going to kind of go over maybe like our 2023 predictions, 2023 projections, kind of like a 2023 forecast to see what could be in store, what might be in store for KISS in 2023. But anyway, it's just good to be back, sitting behind the table, talking all things KISS.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And of course, we wouldn't do it without drinking Moneybag soda.
Obviously.
Cheers.
Cheers. So good.
I noticed you went for the cream soda
did.
when we opened the fridge.
It's the best one, in my opinion.
I went for the root beer because I've noticed that the root beer has been getting harder to find.
Really?
I don't know why. The last couple of times, because I always make trips out to Rocket Fizz and get some, and every time I go for the last maybe 4 times, barring the last one, root beer's been out.
Ooh.
And they said, we can't get it in, not sure why. And I was worried there for a second that maybe it was going to go away.
Yeah.
Because they have changed flavors.
Right.
Diet Coke went away, ginger ale came in, now Diet Coke's back.
Okay.
I was like, oh no, they're going to take away root beer. I would rather have
stock up while you can.
Would rather have the root beer than the Diet Coke or anything like that. But no, so they got root beer back in, and they still have the same old bottom. Mine says liquid currency.
Cash deal.
Cash deal, for sure. No, anyway, I think Moneybag is delicious, and that's why we drink it on every episode. Of course, it is Gene Simmons branded soda. But anyway, so again, we're going to be talking about KISS in 2023 today, and the last episode actually was our KISSmas special, which was awesome. Thank you again to everybody who participated in the giveaway. Big congrats to Johnny.
Yes.
Johnny won the Psycho Circus LP. So we wanted to actually, before we get into anything, go ahead and just read some of the comments from the last episode, because we like that everybody joins in the conversation and we like to read people's comments. So do you have a few comments pulled up that you would like to read?
Yes, we do have a few good ones here. This one comes from BW. It says, congrats, Johnny. I'm a younger fan, yes. I'm 18. It's cool to have found other young fans. And I did manage to find the 2001 box set right after my comment. The discs were still sealed, which is awesome. Only 60 pounds.
Nice.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
That's great that they went out and found it afterwards.
Yeah, I think on their KISSmas list, they had listed the box set. And so how great is it that after they commented, they actually went and found it and got it. KISSmas miracle right there. But thank you so much for commenting, and I'm glad that you found other KISS fans, other young KISS fans as well. This podcast, of course, is for everybody, for every KISS fan. But no, it is nice to see some of the younger fans getting involved, so thank you so much. And let's see, what else do we have?
All right, next one comes from DBQRX3.
Okay.
They say, thanks for reading my comment. You pronounced my name correctly. Thank you. Another fine episode, very festive.
Awesome, great. Awesome. Thank you so much for commenting. I'm glad we got your name said correctly. I think there's been a couple times where I know I've mispronounced people's names, and I look back and I'm like, oh man, because I know how much it sucks to have your name mispronounced. But
you can only do your best.
That's right.
All right, and then Steve Anderson says, another shout out. I'm not even here. Thanks for the wishes. Looking forward to kicking ass in 2023. It starts today. New fitness program. Okay.
For sure. Good luck. That's awesome.
New year, new Steve.
Absolutely. It's good to have some New Year's resolutions.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
And then another one from You Wanted the Best, You Got the Best. Merry KISSmas, guys. Congratulations to the winner of the giveaway. Yes, I also want KISS to play She more often. For me, I think it's one of their best songs. And yeah, I also heard about Ace doing a new album next year, so I can't wait for that. Oh, that's something might be on the forecast.
Yes, I could have swore I heard somewhere that Ace was in the studio recording. Now, of course, Ace is always, it seems, recording, but I knew that we were about due for an Ace album.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure if there's any more details on that, but we'll have to wait and see. But that's definitely on the forecast, for sure.
Definitely. All right, and then we had another comment from Johnny, the winner of the contest. He says, woohoo, thanks guys. You guys rock. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, Johnny, and congrats again on winning the Psycho Circus LP. And thank you, everybody, for commenting and for entering our giveaway. Of course, again, today is going to be our 2023 predictions. But something that we do towards the beginning of every Kiss Army Things episode is we talk about the music of Kiss.
Yes.
We call it the Kiss Spotlight. We always talk about what album, what music, or what video or whatever, what have we been listening to or watching the most or most recently. And so I would like you to go first, actually. I'm interested because I don't know yours and you don't know mine. So Here we go.
So I am spotlighting Unmasked this week, which I think you did recently, but
Perhaps.
that's okay. I know it may not be the most popular, especially at the time it came out, but I just think it is the most feel-good album, start to finish. It's so fun. I know it's not what people wanted at the time. It's not the heavier Kiss that people were, wanting to go back to from the 70s, but in hindsight, as a pop lover, it's a very poppy album. It's got some really clever, fun songwriting that's really out of the box. Let's see, what was the song that really stood out to me on this listen? Give me 1 second. So yeah, I just think that Is That You is the perfect album opener. It just sets the vibe of the album immediately. It's such a feel-good, dancey song, and I absolutely love it. One that I think is underrated is Tomorrow.
Yes.
I really, really, really enjoyed that in the past few listens. I was jamming to that on my way home from work today.
Love that one.
So I just love it. I love a feel-good album. I love upbeat music, and
there's another one on there too. I think it's What Makes the World Go Round.
Yes.
Is another, like I said, feel-good one.
Yeah, and they're just some fun, they're basic love songs, a lot of them, but they're from unique perspectives, and the songwriting I find to be really interesting and out of the box for Kiss.
A lot of Kiss songs are just basic love songs, but...
Right, but, coming at it from a different perspective that you've never heard before, and that's what I love. And, yeah, I've just been really enjoying it in the last couple days.
Very cool. Very cool.
What's yours?
So mine is actually the Creatures 4th anniversary
Ooh, show and tell.
2-disc set. Now, I don't know if Kiss fans are sick of Creatures yet, because it's the only thing we've been talking about for the past several months since the box set came out. I know I'm not sick of Creatures. It's still my top 5, and actually, ever since the box set came out, it's just only, become more and more my favorite. But no, anytime I go on a cruise more than an hour, I want Kiss with me. Otherwise, if I'm just going into town, it can be, whatever else. I'll just listen to a couple songs. But anytime I go on a long-distance trip, I always want Kiss with me, so I can listen to something front to back all the way there. And so recently I brought this with me and jammed it all the way there and back. And it's actually kind of funny. When I put it in, because it's the anniversary edition and it's remastered, I was like, oh man, this is going to sound so crisp. It's going to sound so good. And I was surprised to put it in, and it didn't sound really that great. It didn't even sound like it usually does. Creatures Bombastic. I was like, what? Why does this not sound that great? Have I just been giving it so much hype? And I actually ended up realizing that my EQ must have got messed up or something, because it was on literally just flat everything. No dynamic, no highs, no lows, no mids. So I started messing with the EQ, and it didn't take long for me to finally get that bottom end to come back in, to come out. And oh my gosh, love this. Love the live stuff. Now, I will say that this does not come with all the live stuff. It doesn't even come with half of it, I don't think. Or the demos, the rarities, and the outtakes. That all is on the box set. But for a smaller package, this is still really nice. You still do get a handful of live stuff. And of course, you get the album remastered. So this is what accompanied me on one of my most recent cruises. So I'm going to spotlight the Kiss Creatures 40th anniversary disc set.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
And we will now move on into, of course, the main part of the episode, which is the 2023 forecast. It's too early in the year for us to say, what a great year it's been.
Right.
Nothing's happened yet. So we're going to kind of sit here and talk about what could happen, what may happen. And there's, I think, 3 things that we can anticipate. We'll just kind of go through those. But the first one, I think, is Off the Soundboard.
Right.
Because it's been a while since we had Off the Soundboard. The last one, was Des Moines.
Right.
We listened to that. It was great. We're wondering what the next one's going to be. Not only that, but when they're going to announce it.
It does feel like it's almost time.
I was going to say, I'm wondering if it's going to be within the next month or 2, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
Just because we had 3 last year.
I was going to say,
they
seemed so back-to-back last year. It seemed like every time the hype was dying down from the last one, the next one was announced. So I doubt it'll be longer than a month or 2 before they announce it. Yeah, and in fact, Kiss, even on Instagram, and I think both Facebook and Instagram, were asking fans, they were like, hey, so here's the 4... that we've done so far and Off the Soundboard. What do you want to hear next? I love that.
Now, whether they actually take our consideration, whether they take that into consideration, who knows? But the fact that they asked got a lot of people commenting. And so I read through some people's comments on Instagram and Facebook, just trying to see kind of where people were at.
What the vibe was.
And no surprise, everybody wants 80s.
Yeah.
Everybody wants 80s
That's what I
or
want.
non-makeup Kiss.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even, I mean, it's a majority vote. All
Yeah.
across the board, everybody's Asylum, Hot in the Shade, Animalize, Crazy Nights, something Unmasked, something with, Eric Carr,
Yes.
I think is a big deal. I hope Universal doesn't think that just because we got Eric Carr live on the box set
Not enough.
means that we're done and we're appeased, because that's not the case.
Right.
We've been wanting some live official Eric Carr for years, and only just now did we get that. So now that you've kind of made up for that, they need to give us what we really want. I'm still holding out that they will, although it does seem like for some reason they're not wanting to touch non-makeup era Kiss.
They haven't yet.
They don't release too much merch from that era, obviously. They don't release any, of course, off the soundboards or any, like, T-shirts.
Right.
When they did Revenge Celebration last year, they had some Revenge merch, but none of them had explicitly, Gene, Paul, Eric, and Bruce from that era.
Right. Yeah.
Now, who
it
knows
was mainly
if there
like
was
skulls and blood and things like that.
Yeah, they had it. Graphically, it was on
It was
point.
cool. Yeah.
But I didn't buy any of it because I wanted something that was.
You want
actual,
that lineup.
I want that lineup. That's my
non-makeup
favorite
faces.
lineup.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's my favorite lineup. Now, who knows? It could have to do with photographic rights, copyright issues. You know, obviously, you can just hire a graphic designer to come up with some graphic of blood and skulls and having it be, a new piece.
Mm-hmm.
But actually going back and trying to get the rights for those images, who knows how much that actually plays a part in it? Because they really could just not want to do it. Like, I mean, even though there is this big voice from the Kiss Army saying, we want 80s Kiss, we want unmasked Kiss, for some reason they just still seem like it's a non-touchable territory.
Yeah.
Which is kind of dumb, because I know everybody here from this podcast, you, me, Jed, everybody has been screaming for 80s Kiss.
Absolutely.
And
It's my
then,
favorite.
like
My favorite era.
Like I just said, I know people online are wanting 80s Kiss. And then actually some of the other ones that I was seeing that were, different from the 80s Kiss, I think the other ones I was seeing that were more common were Psycho Circus and Sonic Boom Tour.
Interesting.
Live 35 Sonic Boom Tour.
Okay.
So basically 98, 99, and 08 and 09 were some of the other ones that I was seeing, which kind of...
I am surprised
came
by
out left field for me, too.
08, 09 one.
Yeah, me too, because, Live 35, that stuff is well documented.
Right.
Kind of like how they did. But, I mean, if they did Virginia Beach, which came from the Rock the Nation tour, that stuff was already out there.
Right.
And they still did it, but who knows? I don't know. Maybe it could be young fans, too. The young fans could be saying Psycho Circus, Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
That's our era.
Right.
So who knows? But thought that was kind of cool that we were seeing some other people chime in with other eras. Is there one in particular that a tour or an era that you want to hear from off the soundboard?
Definitely 80s, like you mentioned. I would kill for some Crazy Nights. I think I've mentioned before, Crazy Nights is my favorite album. I love it so much. I think it's so underrated, so fun. So yeah, pretty much just anything from the 80s is what I would want.
They had some really good set lists around the Crazy Nights tour. I have a bootleg from the Rich show that they played, and pretty unique set list, songs that you just don't really hear a whole lot. So I'm with everybody else. I want 80s.
And the stuff, everything they did was just so fast and energetic. I remember the first time that you showed me a live video from the Crazy Nights tour.
Ooh, was it the Tokyo show?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
We need to watch that again. I was hooked immediately. And I just thought it was so fun because obviously they're doing some 70s songs too. And to hear them, they sounded like new songs to me. Like to hear them with Eric Carr.
And Bruce, yeah.
And Bruce, the pace was just really picked up. But not too much. It just brought up the energy. They all had so much energy in that era. Yeah, I would love to hear that.
Yeah, they could pack a punch. Animalize is another tour where they were really packing some heat.
Yeah.
I think I've shown
We've
you
watched that too, yeah.
Yeah, so basically anything from the 80s I think would be great. I mean, even if it wasn't unmasked era Kiss, where non-makeup Kiss, but maybe unmasked era Kiss. Like you
Unmasked,
you talked about the album Unmasked.
Masked but unmasked.
That tour was insane. That was the first tour with Eric Carr.
Yeah.
So, first tour with Eric Carr and Ace, they actually played Is That You live on that tour.
Yeah.
So if you like that song, hey, that could be on off the soundboard. That show on, let's see, from Sydney, Australia, is on Kissology Volume 2. And even though it's released as video, I wouldn't mind if that was released in audio form.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if that was a CD in my car. I would love that. Because like I said, it's good 80s Kiss, energetic Kiss. The set lists aren't quite the same. But I'm wondering if they'll even take the fans into consideration, because that could just be them just posting to get engagement and get everybody hyped up, because it wouldn't surprise me if they already had a list that they're just kind of picking off from the list, a predetermined list.
I'm sure they do have a list, but I think they might not have the order decided ahead of time, so
That's true.
I hope they listen. I would hate for them to just ask that question without even caring to know the answer. Because now that they've put out 4, we've covered all the bases.
70s?
Yes, we've
90s,
covered the 70s,
2000s.
we've covered the originals, we've covered the reunion. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But
Farewell.
I feel like at this point, they can allow themselves to branch out a little bit. So I hope they listen to the fans.
Especially with it being 2023 being the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, I know that there's always going to be a subset of fans that aren't going to like the non-makeup era.
Of course.
There's always going to be a subset of fans that doesn't like the current era. But the majority of KISS fans, I think, are just celebrating KISS.
Just the whole band, yeah.
KISS from beginning to
era.
now, all 50 years. And there's obviously, clearly, an overwhelmingly amount of people who want to see some 80s KISS.
I just want all eras represented more.
Yeah,
so.
well, oh yeah, me too, absolutely, absolutely. And it begs the question, too, is that will KISS ever do more video? Because they're doing this, kind of bare bones off the soundboard audio series. Will we ever go back to actually getting some more video? I don't know. I hope so.
I hope so.
Paul commented on the KISS cruise, and he basically said that there's no market for it. As far as DVDs and Blu-rays, it's all streaming. He said that that's why we got the A&E documentary, which I get it. But the thing about the A&E documentary is that I bought it on Amazon.
Yeah.
I can watch it whenever I want, as long as I have internet connection,
Exactly.
as long as Amazon.com still exists,
You can
as
stream
long
it
as
as
it's
long.
still being hosted on their servers.
You don't have a physical...
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm glad that it's
I like to
an
physically
option,
own things.
so that if somebody just doesn't want to have clutter or extra DVDs or whatever lying around, that's fine.
That's fair.
Have an option to be streaming, but the fact that I can't have it physically for myself kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
I know there were some fans that actually put it on DVD or Blu-ray and was selling it, but it was like Australia only, where it only worked on like Australian DVD players.
Yeah.
And it wasn't formatted for the United States, and some fans from the US bought it
Didn't work.
and couldn't play it. So at least they still have it. Maybe they can
Right.
somehow rip it on their computer, but again, not the same thing.
Right.
But it is what it is, I guess. One other thing we can maybe anticipate, but definitely not anytime soon, is another box set.
Right.
They seem to be doing those at the end of every year, and we've already kind of speculated on what the next box set could be, ranging from, the first... I think most folks are leaning towards the first album.
That's what I thought.
Some folks say it could be a Live 2. I know that they're kind of basing it on anniversary, it seems, so we'll see. But sitting here talking about more off the soundboards and more box sets is kind of making my wallet hurt.
Yeah, it's
Like,
a lot. And it's a lot back to back.
It's a lot back to back.
Yeah.
And the last couple years have been great, but man, have they been hard on the bank account.
Definitely.
There was of course, the 4 off the soundboards we already have, and then smothered in between that is the Destroyer box set and the Creatures box set.
Right.
And there's been other things that they've done as far as, Rock and Roll Over merch and the Elder merch and Revenge merch and Kiss Alive 2 stuff, and it's just like on and on and on. So as of right now, I think most Kiss fans are kind of in this like in-between phase.
Yeah.
We're in this like kind of like midway where it's like, okay, we're just coming out of all of this great stuff. The tour's about to kickstart. And, there might be more off the soundboards, but it seems like everybody's just kind of resting right now.
Right.
And myself included, which is nice because...
I think it's a well-needed
It's a well-needed rest. Yeah. The Creatures box set is fantastic. I've loved going through it multiple times now. But, yeah, even thinking about having to spend money on another one is like, please no.
Yeah.
Not for another, 10 months,
Well,
please.
that's the nice thing about them spacing those box sets out, at least more than the off the soundboard, because, that's super expensive. And,
it is.
But, like you said, if they kind of wait till the end of the year, you might be tired now, but you're going to be ready then.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and I'll be honest, I don't even think I'm going to buy the KOL exclusive colored vinyl
I know you mentioned
for off
that.
the soundboard. I've gotten all 4 so far, which, I'm glad, but I don't listen to them all that much. I listen to either off the soundboard on CD or Spotify. I'll be honest. I listen to a lot of Kiss on vinyl. So far, it hasn't been much off the soundboard. So I'm just thinking, even though they are doing the color scheme right now where it's got the I think Virginia Beach was green, and then Donington was red, and Des Moines was purple.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the next one will be blue.
Yeah.
Actually, Creatures of the Night was blue, but maybe they'll do another blue one for off the soundboard. I'm not sure.
I think they'll probably do a blue off
but
the soundboard.
I don't know if it's worth it. We'll see. I've changed my mind in the past.
Yeah,
we'll see. But I just don't think it's really worth it.
You did it, and then you weren't going to do it, and then you did it anyway.
And I did it.
But now we're back to no.
Yes, exactly. Which, as soon as they announce it, I'm like, heck yes, I'm getting that vinyl. I'm getting that vinyl. No.
I feel like it depends what it is. I feel like you should just wait and see what it is, and if it's something that one of those eras that we were mentioning that we're really excited for.
The 80s, yeah.
Then go for it.
I don't know what it is about Kiss fans, because when you say it, I'm like, yeah, but then if I skip it, I'm like, yeah, I should get it, because if I skip it, then I won't have the complete. I won't have
set.
Everyone. But I'm not listening to it, so
nobody's making you get the full set.
No. In fact, I may end up selling those at some point to somebody else who may want them, because, as far as I know, they're sold out.
Oh, really?
At least a couple of them are. I thought. I could be wrong, and I'm sure some people have them jack prices on eBay.
Yeah.
And places like that, but who knows? I might end up selling mine just because I don't listen to them. I recently got a couple bootlegs, actually. Jeb got me a couple bootlegs. You know that.
Yes, for KISSmas.
For KISSmas. I've been jamming those. Those are great. But anyway, talked about Off the Soundboard and talked about possible box set, even though it's making our wallets hurt just thinking about it. The one thing I think I'm excited for the most, anticipated for the most, is when shows come back. When the shows come back. Because Doc McGee just announced, said about a week or two ago that the final 16 shows are going to be announced later this month, early next month. And Gene said 100. I remember when Gene said 100 shows.
Yes.
He was exaggerating.
Yeah.
Which I should have known it was Gene. But no, so we already have a handful of shows scheduled for Europe. They're saying there's going to be about 16 more. We haven't heard any news yet, but I'm wondering if by the time this one goes up, / by the time we film the next one, we're going to have some more dates. But I guess we'll just have to see what happens. I don't know where these dates could even be, because they've done a lot of U.S. dates already.
Yes.
And they already have, like I said, I know at least 6 UK dates. They have some scattered about. I think they have one more. No, they had one more Tokyo show, but they played that show. So I'm just kind of wondering where they're going to play, because they've done most of the world already.
I was going to say, they did Australia.
Yeah, they could go back. Who knows? They could,
Have they done Mexico yet? Wasn't that coming up?
They did, I think, one show so far in Mexico City.
Okay.
Just recently at Hell and Heaven Fest, I think it was.
I wonder if maybe there will be more.
There should be. I think there should be more in North America, and maybe a few more in Europe and Australia if they wanted to. I guess time will tell, but do you think we'll see Kiss in 2023? Let's just put that out there. Let's put the vibes out there. What do you think?
I mean, the chances aren't zero.
No, you're right.
Every time I've thought that we're done, we haven't been done. So even though I made peace with my last show being my last show, never say never. Because you all know very well that if they announce a tour anywhere within like 5 hours of us, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. So I don't know. It depends how many more US dates they do, but if they come close, we'll go.
So what if I told you
Oh no.
that they just announced that Kiss is going to be headlining at the Sonic Temple Fest in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, wow.
Saturday, May 27th.
Oh, wow. I don't know. Festival, though.
Yeah, I know it's another festival. Jeb and I did a festival, though. We went to Louder Than Life.
You did.
And Kiss headlined, and it was crazy. But, I don't know. Like you just said, if they're they're coming within 5 hours. I'm sure Columbus is within 5 hours.
Yep, it is.
And even if not, I think the farthest we've driven for Kiss was like 6.
Yeah.
Chicago, something like that. I don't know. As soon as they announce, that's the only U.S. date they have scheduled right now.
Okay.
And I know Rob from Right Between the Eyes, and even Brant from In My Head.
Yeah.
Everyone's thinking, oh, we gotta go. And I'm thinking, hey, we should all get together.
I was going to say, now I'm thinking, a KISS podcast meetup.
I already told Jeb.
Yeah.
He said, oh, we gotta go. So Jeb's already on board.
Okay, wow.
So
this is my first time hearing it.
That's why I wanted to do it on the pod and be like, so do you think we'll see KISS? Well, hey, you said the chances are 0.
I said never say never.
Never say never. Because even though I also made peace with it, but
we made peace with it like 4 times. So.
I was gonna say this would be like the 5th time, 6th time, 8th time. I don't know. But The Warning is also playing. Not the same day, unfortunately. Not the same day, but they're gonna be playing a different day.
We might have to make a trip out of it then. I would love to see The Warning.
I think they're playing on Thursday night or Friday night.
Okay.
KISS is Saturday. Godsmack is playing on Thursday too.
Okay.
But I think with KISS, it's Rob Zombie, of course. So it's
cool.
KISS, Rob Zombie, Falling in Reverse, and Pussifer. And I think Jeb would love Pussifer.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, I know he does, but he would love to see
Pussifer.
I don't know. We'll see. But as soon as they announced that date, something inside me was just got a little giddy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man.
Here we go again.
KISS 2023. Doc said I'm like... I know.
It's never ending.
It's the never-ending road tour.
I'm not mad about it, but...
It will come to an end.
Yeah.
It will come to an end.
This year, allegedly.
But got to get all we can take. Doc did say that they were going to add in new songs, change the set list, and change the stage.
I hope so, because we've seen... I mean, I have no problems with the show. In fact, the last show we saw was the best one I've ever seen. But we have seen... many a show on this tour.
Yes.
So I would love to see some little surprises and little change-ups like that.
Absolutely. Now, did they have the big inflatables in Dayton?
They didn't. And I'm sad I didn't get to see them because I saw the footage of it. It was really cool.
I was going to say, I couldn't, because I know we saw them in Louder Than Life, but I wasn't sure they did in Dayton. I wonder if they'll keep those or if those are going to go.
Yeah.
Because if they're making changes to the set, I mean... How practical are they? I don't know. We'll see. But when Doc said they're making changes to the set, again, all KISS fans' ears perked up.
Yeah.
What? I think we were reading comments in the beginning of this episode, and somebody said that they wanted to hear She more.
Yeah.
And I'm the same way. I want to hear She. I want to hear Watching You, some of those songs. I'm just not really sure what changes they could or would make. But again, that's the whole point of this episode, is kind of speculate and wonder. I should have looked it up, but I'm not even sure when the first... scheduled date is. I know there's some shows they had scheduled in June. I'm not sure when. And of course, we have the show in May. They're playing in Ohio in May. Some shows in June. I think Paul Stanley's doing an art show tour.
I saw that.
Yeah, I think Paul's doing an art show tour.
That's really cool.
Like next month and maybe in March. I don't know. I know he's playing. He's doing a gallery in Florida and Virginia. Maybe a couple other places, but I would love to make it out to there.
I know. I used to do something just a little closer.
There's just so much to do because we still haven't made it out to Vegas
True.
to see Gene's collection and the Monster Mini Golf. That's just one more thing on the bucket list that we got to do at some point.
We are hoping to do that this year, hopefully before too long. So
yeah, but there's just so much going on.
Yep.
But I don't know. I would ask everybody, what are you expecting KISS to do in 2023? What would you want to see KISS do in 2023? And I think one thing we can expect is that the tour will come to a close at the end of the year, probably during the fall. But I mean, hey, it's been 50 years, so it's been great.
And it's crazy to me that even in this last leg of the final tour and the so-called end of KISS, it's still, we have had so much to talk about. It's still such a great time to be a KISS fan, and they're still giving so much.
They are.
And I just can't believe that after 50 years they're still going this strong.
I know. I'm just thinking, to get to see them one more time would be fantastic. I'll go see them as many times as I can.
Yeah.
Maybe this time we'll do meet and greet if they offer it. I don't know. Because, again, that's one more thing we haven't got to do.
We did sound check, so that's the only concert one left.
Yep, check it off the bucket list, but we haven't done the meet and greet yet. I've never met a member of KISS in makeup yet. That has to change. That has to change.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I mean, that's all I can think of as far as what to expect this year. I know we're going to get off the soundboard at some point. A box set, hopefully at the end of the year.
Yeah. Give us some time to digest the last one and recover financially.
But we know KISS is going to be on tour. Now, where these extras are going to come from, we don't know. Where the last KISS show is, when the last KISS show will be, we don't know. Lot to look forward to, but there is one thing I wanted to get to as we end, because this came I think last week, and I went ahead and saved it for the podcast because I know what it is.
I think it came right after Christmas, right?
Right after. But I wanted to go ahead and open it because I believe it is the Kiss wrapping paper that they came out with this year. So they had a different design a couple years ago. I'm not sure if anybody can see this, if there's a glare or not, but basically it's just the Kiss logo with a skull, and the skull has a Santa hat on it. Very
star on the end. That's
star.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that star on the end.
That's really cool.
Some Christmas greenery. Loved it. So they came out with some KISSmas wrapping paper a few years ago. Mm-hmm. Holiday wrapping paper, whatever. And I didn't get it because it cost too much at that time, and I must have bought something else. But it looked really sweet, and I was hoping that they would have had that same design. Yeah. But they came up with this new design, and I said, whatever. I still want it. I'm still going to get it. They had all kinds of stuff, but man, it was expensive. I don't know. I mean, usually, you can buy wrapping paper like $1. Yeah. At a store. Yeah. And this cost by like $20, $30.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah.
I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Are you going to use it?
Probably not.
I didn't think so.
Probably not. I mean, I'm sure in the future I could probably find a good reason to. Yeah. But we'll see. Because, I mean, yeah, it would be dope to wrap something Kiss in this wrapping paper.
Yeah, maybe next year's KISSmas special you can exchange presents with.
Ooh, maybe.
It's a thought.
But see, then I would need two.
Yes, so that you can keep one unopened.
One to use and one to keep. But no, either way, I wanted to showcase this because, of course, leave it to KOL to send the KISSmas wrapping paper after Christmas is already over in the new year. But again, whatever. It's going to be part of the collection anyway. So I'm going to just set that right over there. All right, well, is there anything you would like to leave us with, Daphne, as we're closing up here?
I don't think so.
I only have one more thing. One more request from everybody. If you're still watching to the very end, you're one of the ones that watches all the way to the very end. What I want to know from you, quite simply, is what does Kiss mean to you? The reason why we're asking is because on the next episode of Kiss Army Things, it's going to be the 50th anniversary celebration. We're going to celebrate 50 years of Kiss, and we want you to be involved too. We're going to read everybody's comments. I want to know, what does Kiss mean to you? I don't care if you've been a fan for 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. You've been a fan for about 10 years now.
Yeah, roughly.
I've been a fan down the middle, 25, halfway. If you've been a fan for all 50, I don't care. Anybody, share a memory, a story. What does Kiss mean to you? What has Kiss meant to you all these years? And just to give you an example, I'll go first. For me, quite simply, Kiss is just a good time. Whether it's listening to their music, watching a concert, or whether we're going to a concert on our own. Maybe we're just, sitting here talking about Kiss. It's always a good time.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what Kiss has tried to do their entire career, is just make us feel good, help us to have fun, entertain us.
That's it.
It's funny because, we use Kiss and, just music in general, but we use things like music to help us escape the daily grind or work. And it's funny because their job, their work, is to provide that entertainment and to be that for us. And so, to think that Gene and Paul, and of course Eric and Tommy for the last, 20 plus years, but Gene and Paul have given us 50 years is fantastic. And, like you said, they're always giving to us, and so we want to give back to them. So on the next episode of Kiss Army Things, we're going to be celebrating 50 years of Kiss. We want you to be involved with us. So again, we want to know leave us your comments on what Kiss has meant to you, and share with us a special memory, maybe meeting a member, going to a concert. That's what I love. I love especially lately with the Kiss Meets the Fandom VFX video I did. Mm-hmm. Everybody's been commenting about, I saw this when I was like 8 years old in school, or my friends and I watched this back in the day. And I love hearing everybody's stories. It's nice when things can, trigger a good thought in your head and, good memory. And that's what Kiss is.
Absolutely.
It's good memories. It's a good time. So quite simply, Kiss to me, it brings me joy. So I will leave it up to everybody else to answer the question, what does Kiss mean to you? We're going to read all those comments and more on the next episode of Kiss Army Things. We might even delay it by a day because we usually upload it on a Sunday. Okay. But I think if we upload it on not the 29th Sunday, but the 30th on Monday, that will be 50 years since Kiss played their first concert ever at
the day.
the Popcorn Club, the Coventry Club
Yeah.
in Queens. So we may just delay it by one day. We'll see. And we'll go from there.
Awesome.
But anyway, in the meantime, thank you everybody so much for joining us and touching base with Daphne and I as we project and predict what could happen in 2023. We're so glad everybody wanted to join us. And then if you want more Kiss Army things, be sure to like us on Facebook and Instagram. We're always posting. And 2023 marks 10 years of Kiss Army things on Facebook.
Wow.
Not till later in the year, but still 10 years of Kiss Army things on Facebook. So we're always looking for reasons to celebrate around here.
Absolutely.
And so you can bet your bottom dollar next time is going to be a fun celebration, the 50th anniversary. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us on episode 42, I believe, of the Kiss Army Things podcast. My name is Xander.
My name is Daphne.
Have a great day, everybody.
See ya.